Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program Target. And as usual, as soon as we start this program, you can pick up the telephone and call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything. Politics, religion, socioeconomic issues trending, and most of all, we and reasons and action. Politicians must hold our people in their confidence. If your actions is in the interest of our people, tell them what you're thinking. Give them reasons for your action. Give them justification. Sometimes you come up with an idea, and after it is discussed, a better idea comes from it. The workability of it, the palatability of your idea is better and more appropriate. The number to call is 442-0175, and we're on RealFM 91.9. To always remember, RealFM is a bold initiative. 18, 19 years ago, come back to not to start a radio station. RealFM is the most successful story in terms of radio outside of St. George's. It must be a challenge for them to survive, because people believe at that time radio cannot succeed in the rural Grenada. Every creek and corner, but all over the country. So you have an opportunity now to call me on the program. I may not agree with you, but so what? I don't have to agree with you. You may not agree with me, but no problem. Nothing is wrong with that. We don't have to attack one personally, but we could disagree with what we see. And that's the difference. Because you disagree with a man's opinion, that doesn't mean you're an independent government. That's the B of that. There are a lot of democratic in a lot of Islamic countries, Russia, China, people can't do that. Not Korea. And you must know that. You must know that. Today, while I wait your call, something that has been of great concern to me is the declaration by the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dick Mitchell, that he's going to build a teaching hospital. Quite some time I've been thinking about it, asking questions, and trying to find out what teaching hospital. Why they want to build a teaching hospital in Grenada? What benefit a teaching hospital will be to Grenada? What do you understand by a teaching hospital? If you don't smell good, if you don't look good, and you don't understand it, don't say it's good. You don't understand it. You see, we could come up with all good ideas, but we have to see the practicality on the ground. I see young couples build a big house. The only thing that happens after they break up, because they don't even have money to put water in the fridge they trust from the hire purchase company. And every month they're watching one another bad eye. Well, no, it'll be bi-monthly because they can't meet the bills. They can't even mind a child. And eventually they break up. I see a situation in Grenada where two people in a home, a couple, one couple, man and wife, husband and girlfriend or spouse. These days you have all kind of combination, you know. So I better we stay with spouse. Both of them have a vehicle and they can't even buy gas. If you're working for $3,000 a month and you have a home and you are the sole income generator in the house and you have children, you have a woman and you have a car, you're in a lot of financial trouble. You can't buy gas. You don't have to believe me. Take a pen and a paper. Sit down and check what you're paying for electricity, telephone, internet, and water. See what remains. See what your basis, license, and make money to get women to do shit. You just because you're broken. But you don't have to believe me. Just observe. Man with big expensive car complaining parts expensive. If you have an expensive car, what you expect? Parts too cheap? And this is the reality. So when the Grenada government say they're going to build a teaching hospital, I'm wondering, for what? How would it help the people of River Valley, St. Patrick's, Ticolor, Paradise, St. David's? How would a teaching hospital help them? Would a teaching hospital improve the health system? Remember, the excuse they're going to use is the St. George's University. That is the worst excuse to use. The St. George's University is one of the biggest producer of doctors for the U.S. market. Let me repeat that. The St. George's University produced the most medical doctors in university outside of the United States for the U.S. market. So individuals who finish the course in the university would prove for internship in the United States of America. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
When you have a minister, the minister of MIT, stating that the NFP had the belly and the court, it's quite correct, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't hear that.
Quite correct. Yeah, but here why it's quite correct. Because to stand up in the public and bold-facedly lie to the Ghanaian people and say to them, they're going to make everyone permanent, which you know cannot happen. Right? Then one. They also said again, they will not send home nobody. Everybody will be permanent. They also said again that taking praise for project that other people doing and say them are doing it. That two, right? Again saying that they're going to make people take out everybody from poverty and make people life better. Look what happened now. More people got more because when you have them permanent and you send them home, how could you take up out of poverty and then school? It really matters worse. The government said again from a World Bank, they're getting 350, 450, right? They're keeping them in poverty. So then, vote for me. I'll hear cry of them. Instead of the other more or the 350, 450, they reduce it. They mostly, as I said, they went in the lab and manufactured lies that you know is impossible to happen. And then the people fall for it. And now the people support you. What you did, you turn your back on people. The people became strangers to you. The person like you don't know them. So Mr. Pay, I want to say to Ghanaian people, you have to know people who come to you and asking you for the vote. Know the track record. And know the track record. Once you know people's track record, they know they are liars. They only pretend. They only want you to do something for them. And when they get you to do what they want you to do for them, they turn them back again. They turn them back on you. You never see them again hiding. So I'm even changing the phone number because they want you to call them because whatever can let out, you're bothering them, so they don't answer in the phone. So I want to say the Greenland people, stay focused, and we will speak on the issue. I always say any government that there, we want the government to succeed. When the government succeed, the government system
Yes, scholar. And it's important that people of a teaching hospital. You see, the National Democratic Congress says that information will be dispersed based upon need to know. And it appears they're giving you information that they want you to know. But they have not provided information on a teaching hospital. So it is important that Grenadian ask the question, what is a teaching hospital? How does it benefit Grenada? Would government sign waiver for the people who attend in this teaching hospital? In the United States of America and other industrial countries, people sue a lot. That is why big hospitals or recognized hospitals want medical doctors with 5 years experience. So they would have already made all their mistakes, or most of the mistakes, because none of us is perfect. So doctors will always make mistakes. But because the University, St. George's University, is the biggest supplier of medical doctors to the United States of America, people who finish the course prefer, it makes more sense to go in hospitals in America to internship. Yes, scholar, welcome. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Go right ahead.
good afternoon.
Yes, my brother.
I hope the firstly by Mr. Terry Forrest up before up to last night I was that voices in the parliament more
You see,
job.
caller, you see what's going on in Parliament. The Speaker, they cut Parliament.
I understand that, but
So,
anyway they can.
so how are you going to hear them in the Parliament when they can't
Okay,
shut it?
I say anyway they could get a chance to speak.
When they need
Well, they could get a chance to speak as they got today, and other times have to let their voice be heard because there are other things that is going on, and people are twisting it. And if you're not there to answer the question, some people will believe all the truth in them. So you have to be there on top of things. And I did say it last night, and this morning it happened. And I'm saying we need to hear those people because as you say, yes, the government cut the life of the parliament, it seems, or the timing in the parliament, they cut that. But you must find a way to speak to the people and give the people the other side of the story so that they can make a chance.
my brother, sometimes I believe that we consume so much of the disinformation and lies that we afraid the truth. That is why on my program, I always challenge people. If you decide, if you believe I'm saying not the truth, challenge me immediately.
No. I have confidence in what you're saying. All I'm saying is that we want more avenues of it.
You want more interaction with the opposition members?
Yes.
Yes, I agree with you too.
Yeah. So not that we seeing what you're saying is that
I agree with you on that.
And there.
Yeah.
But
normally,
their voice must be heard.
But in all fairness to opposition, I believe when our government take over a country, opposition should behave itself for a while. But obviously, the time has expired.
Well,
The
you
time
have
has
that belief.
expired.
I never have that belief. I believe that once something is wrong, it is wrong. From the one thing, no time. But you again. When the ball hits you and the we make a decision.
Yes, so I am here to provoke discussion on the teaching government over $40-50 million to buy the land. I don't know what price they have for the land, but because the government say information is a need to know, and the government is making a deliberate attempt to hide, they're trying their best to smother information coming out by passing laws. It is important that we discuss the issue of a teaching hospital. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Pierre, the 2 weeks, the fortnight salary, that the monthly salary cut in two, I don't find it any sense. It put more people in poverty. The other woman yesterday was talking about she get her pay, and the pay could not have even reached her demand for another half a pay. She couldn't finish pay her bills. Like it put in her most stress. Because when you get half a salary, you cannot make enough groceries, fish bills, you have personal bills to pay, you have a little susu. So when you finish pay off all these bills with this half a money, so when you get a month-end salary, it's same money, but it reach further. Because it's stretch more. But when you get half a pay, you don't reach no way. Mr. Pierre, this thing is problem. This half a pay is more poverty, pushing people in, more healthy parents. You don't have enough money to even pay bus to send your children to school. So this half a pay is just a election promise. And this government already do is just to hear us. It's just full the promises to fool the people. But the man make all the demands. The honorable opposition leader credit for leaving that money back there. Because if that money was not there, could this man fulfill his promise? How come he's not fulfilling his promise on his seaweed? Look how much seaweed in the place. Where is the net? And then when you talk as an NMP supporter, and you talk about the things that are going on, they want to cut out your head. That's why you see a hardly calling this program. We are called today. Tomorrow morning, they want to kill me. Fireman coming out to beat me and curse me. You want to vex with me for the truth. We talk the truth and everything. Keep me jealous to do that and keep me jealous to do that. But not what keep me jealous to do is what your Prime Minister campaign on. He say he will stamp out all this corruption is. But no, we see the most problem. We see the most corruption going on. We see the most. What happened to marketing board we are doing? What we need to know. We need to ask questions about these things. We need answers. So much things to be asked about. What is people sleep under the table? Mr. Pierre, we thank you for all the information that you've given me because you're in darkness. We need some light into it, Mr.
Yes,
Pierre.
caller, thank you. On the question of the pay, you have a call on the line? Welcome. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
Go right ahead.
Oh. Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, go right ahead.
Mr. Pierre, I listened to Terry Forrester this morning, eh? Terry Forrester, not NBC. I don't know what he is. The question he asking Dr. Mitchell, he can answer it by himself. He want to ask Dr. Mitchell his question. He fulfill, he get the promise fulfill, he get the diplomat, that's why he beating him out. I find Terry Forrester could just stop his trooping.
But remember, in the democratic process, we have to give people a chance to ask the question.
Yes.
And
Nobody will say that.
the question,
but the question, you're not listening to the question,
yeah, but the question if asked would have made the public more understandable. For instance, he asked the question about the loss of the 70 million. And I believe, well, Doc spent a lot of time answering the first part, but I believe they lost the money because government snubbed the people. The people they sent to negotiate was unacceptable. The Minister of Finance, the Permanent Secretary, had to go. They had to seek advice from Timothy and Twine, and they could have even informed Mia Motley, because since the Prime Minister going to Barbados, he would have, his only courtesy that he contact Mia Motley. And so they lost the shit properly.
I find Terry Forrester he didn't come with nothing they wanted to come with. Fame Z1.
But that is democratic right to want something.
I didn't say that.
And we need to put him in the spotlight a little, because sometimes we have questions to ask
him in the spotlight. It's when he get the diplomat, he go come in the spotlight.
Right.
That's why he sit down there waiting.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I just want to make the point in the caller that asked about the payment. Paying bi-monthly is not a problem, really. People have to get accustomed to the pay. I think the government miscalculate. The unions never ask for a change of method by which you pay. But the government come up with the idea, not understanding that government is the biggest employer. The economy is in a downturn. The economy is shocked. So you don't necessarily have to shock the economy further. What the change did was more to shock the economy. It doesn't help the person who get the pay. The government themselves will have more administrative costs to present that pay monthly. The biggest benefit I see from the change is the private sector. The private sector now, it is easier perhaps to fire workers or get rid of workers because you're paying them bi-monthly rather than monthly. It doesn't help the banks the same interest rate, or even the banks might even benefit insignificantly by late payments when the government have cash flow problem. Yes, caller, welcome. Calling this call back. So, time it not yes, ma'am.
He say the money was lost because of lack of implementation, and I believe that. I believe that it's true, Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre, Socioeconomic called the Prime Minister a liar, because the Prime Minister say under his watch nobody will get what $2 million, and the Williams, they had the proof to show that in 2021 you get 2,200 something million, 2,200 something $1,000 borrowed from the GB, the Guerrilla Development Bank. So the Prime Minister is a liar. I could tell him that in his face. Yes.
All right, thank you, caller. Caller, Dick Mitchell has said a lot of things, and of course, more and more people believe that's the truth. When you say the Prime Minister, the opposition leader, but you know, the Terry Forrester did not call him a liar. Terry Forrester did not call the opposition leader a liar, although you said the Prime Minister. Yes, the number to call is 4420175, and we want people to start to discuss the issue of a teaching hospital. This thing could cost $100 million, and this project could bury us in debt. And it is not necessary. It is not good. And it is not beneficial to the health system, in my opinion. In addition, when you have teaching hospital, because the government didn't say they're going to build a modern hospital, They didn't say they're going to build a new hospital. They said they're build a teaching hospital. The St. George's University used the hospital for practice on and off, but when the doctors have to go to the United States, doctors with experience. Now, I cannot see Grenada generating income from a teaching hospital. Sometimes teaching hospitals does even be cheaper than regular hospital. And people who go there have to sign a lot of waivers because the people who working on you may not be completely professionals. That is why they call it a teaching hospital. We do not have a big population, 110,000 people. United States have 300 people. They have poverty that want free medical health care. So I don't see how Grenada could spend all this money. It's not to say they're building a hospital for health tourism. Not that. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes,
Pierre.
my brother.
My question is, did Terry call GBN or GBN call Terry? It's that kind of, because I think that is really unfortunate. Yeah? And this is where Terry, there's no way further than this, Terry will be able to go further. This is his position. He ain't going to achieve nothing else. All he's doing is that dirty laundry. Yeah? Other people's dirty laundry he's doing. And who he is trying to defend, he is not much of a different person than who he's trying to defend. Yeah? And very well known, the person who appoint as the South Zone person ain't going to let Terry go further than that. All to do make sure he buy the who is around him. And that is it for him. He just making himself a big fool. Have a good day.
Yeah, okay, caller. Thank you. We have to always be tolerant and remember that this democratic process gives us the power to express views, opinion, and ask questions. And sometimes somebody asks a question, but you may benefit more from it. And Terry is a politician. And Dr. Kit Mitchell, I felt, dealt with his answer appropriately, and the questions Terry asked was legitimate. And we have to prepare to discuss the issue and be tolerant with one another. And we must sit down and discuss teaching hospital. Ask a teacher, what do you understand by a teaching hospital? Ask a policeman, what do you understand by a teaching hospital? There are a number of people in your community that claim they're intelligent and bright. What they understand by a teaching hospital. My favorite on Facebook, on my program, he said, do you understand what a teaching hospital is? And he's telling me what a teaching hospital is. That is honest too. A teaching hospital is where the students get to do their practical after finishing their studies from SGU. Where the students get to do their practical. What they practicing on is to dogs, sheep, goat. They're practicing on human being. And because Grenada have a small population, yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. The hospital may not be involved in major medicals. People coming from, go to Barbados, they go to Venezuela, Colombia, United States for medical treatment. But what you have a teaching hospital where doctors may come and practice. But because you have a small population, that is the danger. You have a very small population. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Go right ahead, caller.
who teaching at teaching hospital? Mr. Pierre, if
Caller.
I have master, who teaching university, Central University, and so that profession teacher, who teaching at
Gun is fit. Diana, I want to give you all right. Okay, thank you, caller. I wanted to give you a live example, but you don't want it. You see, I wanted to give you an example. Grenada have 110,000 people. There are a lot of people with money. They would never go to a teaching hospital. They would never go to a teaching hospital. And if you go to the hospital, you would ensure, that is if you have money, that you don't want no interns to practice on you. But caller, if you're broken and your teeth hurt in your bad and you don't have money, you open your mouth for a dentist, for a mechanic to pull out the teeth with a pliers. When better can be done, worse continue. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome.
Pierre.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Pierre.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Pierre, that
Yes,
man don't want to learn.
No, you know.
He defend the wrongness all the time. If you listen when he call, he always defend what is wrong. He never defend what is right. They go trying to teach. He don't want to learn.
What we want to do is
so
to
how
prove,
he would know what's a teaching hospital? I understand what you're talking about. A teaching hospital is cost the government so much money to get these professionals he talking about to teach people. We government getting money to get these professionals come from the States, Colombia, Venezuela, all over the world. To teach teaching hospital. So it don't make any sense. I understand what you're talking about, Mr. Pierre. This man don't have no brains.
No.
And you're willing to learn.
We have to
so I don't see sense in trying to teach him.
No, we still have to be
He will never learn because
you see,
he's very ignorant of the truth. And you can see he's at the head and this
No.
anything the Prime Minister do, the Prime Minister right.
Yeah, but we have to discuss
so Mr. Pierre, just leave this man alone. When he call, just listen him and don't try to teach him. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, yeah. We have to discuss the issue. This is a new area. This is a new area for a lot of people. We might not have paid heed to it in the
Good afternoon.
Yes.
He might be the first one and maybe the only one they might have to practice on in the teaching. We really need some brain surgery.
No, but you see,
I don't know how somebody
yeah, but that
ignorant and
a teaching hospital is a new area. And we might believe that because it's a teaching hospital, it's a very good thing for us. But because of the size of population, why a government should be spending all this money to build a teaching hospital?
He does not understand and he don't want to
but
understand.
you see, the government has not provided information. And because the government do not provide information, some supporters, they're defending, but they cannot explain themselves. So into this discussion. I see that we must provoke discussion. Yeah?
Exactly, because if you learn something, before you go out and start doing anything for money or whatever it is, you have to practice. Maybe if the Prime Minister is a practice hospital or practicing hospital, he might understand it better than saying a teaching hospital. Because the doctors have to practice.
Yes, that is what they call internship.
They have to practice and still do another exam before they could go out in the public and to say like go in the hospital and perform, go from their own clinic and all them sort of things. You understand? They must practice so they might bring in cops from outside or because of what they're doing now and people head getting haywire and you understand? The hospital will for the conference.
Yeah, the government must justification. Give us reason why a teaching hospital is wise. It is not necessary. And I believe if the government genuine about improving health, I realize the prime minister saying things, but he's not genuine. He dropped the price. He raised the price of sugar. All that protected some basic food price, sugar, flour, rice, basic milk. This government, sugar is no longer a controlled product, but he dropped the price on condom. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller.
Your last caller explained to you what a teaching hospital is. I think you should share it with the public. So that was very knowledgeable about a teaching hospital. I guess you would have taught you a few things there.
Yes, caller.
I said, share what explained to you what a teaching hospital is about.
Well, I will share it.
Please share it with the public, yes.
Yeah. You see, we have a population of 110,000 people. And government have two hospitals in Grenada, St. George's and Princess Alice Hospital. Now, if government want to improve the healthcare system, what we need to do is to provide more medical services. So let me give an example. We in St. Patrick's here, you have a clinic. Make certain that you have doctors in that clinic 12 hours a day, 6 days of the week, at least 6 days for the week. Make sure you have 4 or 5 days for the week. Make certain you have a psychologist once or twice a week. And if you're able to do that in all the parish, well backed up with the auxiliary support and the nurse, you would improve the health delivery, the health service significantly. Less people would have to go to Marybo, Princess Alice Hospital, and St. George's for minor issues. And then you improve the quality of the surgeons and doctors in Princess Alice. You would improve the health system by leaps and bounds. Because people are going in the Princess Alice Hospital. If a man get a good tabang shock and he heads at what him, he make from Marybo, he go dead. A fella handbrake, he going to dead. You know, all certain issues that a doctor could assist in the community. We don't accustom to people naturally going to psychologists. But if you provide a psychologist once or twice in the clinic, I use St. Patrick as an example because I'm in St. Patrick's, but all the parishes have this service. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. All right, we lost the caller. So that is the system. When the government spent $100 million to build a teaching hospital, what for? How would the people benefit from it? If the St. George's University need, let them build a hospital. I think the University of the Western is UE have a hospital. And you have to sign all kind of waiver when you go there. Yes, caller. Welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller.
You can't be more right than that. I would love the Minister of Health today go to Marybo Hospital and have a look, see what taking place at the hospital. Medical ongoing. 3 days to damage or whatever it is. 3 days. You know, we don't mind the teaching hospital. He could come later. But as you said, I believe that the people should go there and see what's taking place and upgrade those hospitals. I know, I live in the era when there was a nurse sleeping in hospital, in the medical station.
You in Tongue Long Color, I was there too.
And I want to know where we go back. Where we went. We go back to normal, to nothing. I mean, if my family, I'm not going to any hospital if they can't eat for themselves. I've seen it. You know, so all the talk, let it get out, come out there and see what come out and see how we could upgrade if we go to all these millions of dollars and something up there.
Yes, scholar, thank you. And this is why I'm asking, who sent Dick Mitchell? Because a number of the things that he's saying and the policies that he's advocating is counterproductive to the ordinary man. It is not in the interest of the majority of people. And the majority of people in Grenada are people who fall in the lower socio-income bracket. So you expect a politician to seek these people's interests. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Go ahead, caller.
The past government had 9 years to upgrade them to what did they do? Nothing. And 2 months after they come calling about this and about that, they had 9 years. They had no opposition. They had nobody to handle them. And they done nothing, my brother. Today, we're talking about infrastructure, building infrastructure. You had 9 years to build infrastructure. You don't do it and now you come calling.
Talking about teaching hospital, caller. Teaching hospital. Thank you. Yes. So that is going to happen. The government introduced a policy of restorative justice, which I consider as victimization and vengeance. And this is what is happening. Restorative justice. So individuals cannot defend the government, so they are attacking those who are questioning. And you don't never feel intimidated. It's only a strategy to silence you. You must discuss the issue. Don't afraid to discuss the issue with your children in school. They may not have the knowledge. They may not have the knowledge, but they have a plan that they could research. What is a teaching hospital? How many teaching hospitals we have in the Caribbean and Latin America? Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Go right ahead.
You gotta forget. Maribor Hospital was upgraded to a smart hospital. Carrico Hospital was upgraded. Guab Health Center was rebuilt and upgraded. Victoria Health Center was rebuilt. If that is not
touch
good question. The question could be
Mr. Mr. Knight tied back to discuss. Don't afraid to call your children and say, what is a teaching hospital? How are we going to benefit from a teaching hospital? And you could discuss the other option. What happens if the government provide medical doctors in the St. Patrick's Clinic for 5 days for the week, whether it's 8 hours a day or 9 hours a day, doesn't matter. But you could go in the clinic and find a doctor. You could find a dentist 4 days for the week. You could find a psychologist. There are days if the therapist comes in. When your man get a tabang truck, he ain't bound to end up in the mental institute. So you could go and talk to the doctor there and the psychologist come. You see, I get a little tabanka. Look at what happened. The psychologist telling whether they get a tabanka too. Not to worry. You must love your woman as you love yourself. Your woman only have to respect you. Don't bother. Go back and bed. And next, sometimes you walk. Next thing, the man in the hospital, in the madhouse, and they drop some tablet on him, he get well mad. So if the government want to improve the health system, there are practical, tangible things they could do. I am advancing the view that teaching hospital would not help Grenada. We want to spend millions and millions of dollars to build a white elephant, a structure. 110,000 people we have. We have Princess Alice Hospital in Maribor that could be expanded. The St. George's Hospital, we could put less traffic in the hospital if we improve the clinic in every parish. You improve the service in Carriacou, and you improve it in St. David's, and St. and John. And you in let them build a hospital. The University of the West Indies have a hospital. And when people go to the university hospital, it's cheaper and they're signing all kind of waiver. They're not likely to get interns to work on them. Rich people doesn't go to these hospitals and them. So the government can set it as people in the States and England that so it will be worse. Over the years, over 30, 40 years now, I decided that I don't care about reparation, you know. If you get money from the people who enslave us, nothing is wrong with that. If you win money in lotto, you win money. If you get money, you get money. But I don't care about that because our own people are the ones that destroy us. We have too much intelligent people in Grenada that shut them out. And who do benefit our health system that we bash mercilessly? Private entities. More we criticize the health system, more private doctors benefit. When we have a teaching hospital, more private clinics, because we believe that the private clinics are better than the government hospital. And when watermelon flour, you know, of the majority. That is the people that politicians normally are more concerned about. You don't have to concern of a well-educated man. If a man come out in university, have a master's degree, and he can't get a job, he has not been properly trained. A big businessman, a well-educated person, a wealthy person, government don't have to concern about them. They lobby the government well. Why you think every time the NDC come in power, they give a tax break? Businessmen happy with a tax break? Why you think the government is removing money from the elderly, the physically challenged and disadvantaged children, but they give a break on tax? Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. All right, it seems as though we lost this call. All right, caller, try again. So the government of the day, their policies supposed to be in the interest of the majority of people of the country. Now, who is the majority of people? The people who falls in the lower income group. Welcome, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, how are you?
Great, man.
You have a very good program, Mr. Pierre.
Thank you.
Very, very educational. But I only got two things to say. First of all, I would like to offer my condolences to Mr. Cox and his family, of his wife. I do feel his pain. So we in my household, we offer our condolences to he and his family. Mr. Cox, another thing I want to ask, Mr. Pierre, Mr. Pierre, I would like to ask you another question. Why is it the government is hell-bent of selling Green Lake? Why? The Green Lake is the people asset. That's what we have in Grenada and Carriacou Petit Martinique. How does it benefit the government by getting rid of the people asset? I remember the Prime Minister fight to control it. Why is it he wants to give it away? He sell it to me, giving it away for nothing. What promises were people who so hell-bent of taking Green Lake? That for me, please.
Caller, historically, the National Democratic Congress never sitting for the ordinary person. Historically, they never dangerous. Every time they come in power, they take a policy that is counterproductive to the ordinary man. In 1990, the government fired the people on the estates. And when they did that, some of the people in the private estates fired the people too. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, afternoon.
Yes, my caller.
A critical question to ask is why is it, if a teaching hospital is such a critical important thing in the country, for example, the School of Medicine.
Grenada, we have to ask.
Who was that? So maybe give them back the favor.
Well, I mean, I don't understand. I'm asking a question months now. Who sent Dick Mitchell? You know? Why is he involved in politics? I've never heard a corporate lawyer, successful corporate lawyer in the Caribbean, get involved in politics. And I'm asking who sent all his policies are counterproductive, the struggles of this country. We have one. Most cabinet ministers are not the cabinet, all the members who won are in cabinet. Most of them, have confidence in them. They don't know what's going on.
And I heard Dr. Michel this morning.
Yeah.
And he sounded very upbeat in truth.
Well, I mean,
I need to hear him a lot more. And although he promised to.
Well, I think we need to hear all the ministers. All the ministers, all the people, the 6 of them, we need to hear them all.
But he specifically promised this morning that he will be on radio until
yes, he said that. He said
a lot more.
Yeah.
And I hope he fulfill it.
And we have yes.
Good afternoon.
Go right.
Yeah, I was passing of his wife, and like I tell him, brother, stay strong. Mr. Pierre, this NDC government is a party of autocrats, right? That's how it seems to me. They're autocrats. And if anybody knows what autocrats mean, or they don't know, go and look it up. But this party is organizing itself just like that. And watch me. A teaching hospital, as you rightly said, it might be good for a population like 200,000, 500,000, right? SU in itself is already basically a teaching school, right? They get doctors, we have oncologists, we have all kind of professionals coming from there. What the NDC is trying to do, they are trying to do many firsts. They are party of first. They want to say, well, I first do this, I first do that. But what they are not doing, they are not saying who was there to pave the way for the first. And that is where they get the mistake. This morning, Dr. Mitchell lamented certain things, And to me, you rightly said we need Dr. Mitchell and all the other MPs, opposition MPs, to come and speak and say what was achievements for the last 9 years. Because apparently, whoever supporting NDC right now have selective memory. And I will say, every one of them, from Prime Minister to right on cleaner in NDC office, benefited some way under NMP. All of them, from Andrews, from Cornwall, from Forrester, the Big Mouth one on radio, all of them, each and every one of them. Brother Pierre, have a good afternoon.
Yes, scholar. And I just go to point the sister question, why they want to sell the electricity company. And I said that the National Democratic Congress history, they base upon their policy, they are always hostile to the ordinary man, and they like to sell. It is them that sell the electricity company. The bank is the NDC that sell the bank. The NDC sell peace in the market. Medical pharmacies in Grenville, the NDC that sell that. In 1990, the NDC also fired the people, the government people in the estate, the ordinary worker. They fired Shorty, Lord Dahl. He was a Calypsonian. He used to sing on stage. He was a performer. They fired him too. When he started crying because he lose his job, one of the businessmen in Grenville employed him because he was a favorite. In 2008, the National Democratic Congress sold 13 pieces of property. They sold property that did not belong to Grenada. And they sold shares. They legal sell. If NDC was a in the were blessed. They still put this sale of assets. They fed the workers in Paradise Estate. I guess they're creating the environment to sell the estate. They fired the workers involved in the management of the source of industry. So I don't know what they want to sell there. They got rid of the marketing board workers, and I'm not certain they know what they want to do yet, but they close it down. So I expect them to sell the electricity company. The only piece of asset I expect after NDC demit office in the next 4 years that will be left in Grenada is Nawasa. The NDC is going to sell everything. That is the NDC. That is in their DNA. It is not about the ordinary man. And this is why it's so difficult for some of the supporters to defend them, because they know what you're saying is the truth. So they try to attack you personally and intimidate you. But Mr. Exeter say, the boy shake out the truth on him, and I say, tie it back. So we will continue to tie the truth on our people, that you cannot plead the fifth, and you cannot say you did not know. Our people deserve the government they have. Thank you. We're back with you again. We might have a replay of a program tomorrow because I'll not be here. So we may have a replay of one of the programs, and we're back with you Thursday live. Thank you very much.
Fun.